Yo, E2, you crazy for this one.
Somebody said that Brooklyn needed a little balance. I think we found it. The change niggas pitching, we found it all in the fountain. To the top we mountain. At the top we bigger than mountains. Take your shit, we bouncing. Ain't no making no damn announcement. Said I gotta get it. Gotta have it, don't you forget it. Steady representing. It's a habit, I'll never quit it. Got a lot of carrots and snow bunnies. Never committed, watch me murder.
Welcome to this episode of Brooklyn's Balance. You guys said you needed that balance, so we are here with it. It is me, your host, Miss Meekz. My co-host.
It's your boy Frank Stoney from Stoney TV.
And we are sitting here with two guests. Go ahead, introduce yourself from returning back. It's been like 3 years. Go ahead.
King Nary, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing out there?
Right? And my brother from another mother, it's been what, 2 years?
Part two.
Right? Go ahead, tell them who you are.
Stand man with the master plan, you understand?
We got a better mic now so that we can hear you.
You hear me?
Because we couldn't hear you before.
You gotta hear me.
Alright, so today we are having a conversation about the new adults. I find that us being the new adults, there's a lot of things that we don't do that we should be doing as adults. And I'm just trying to figure out where the hell we went wrong at. Like the biggest thing, discipline. Y'all two got kids. Y'all find y'all disciplining y'all kids the same way how y'all parents was disciplining us?
Hell no.
What's different?
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm a punk as a parent sometimes. Because I got a 2-year-old, but my son's not a regular 2-year-old. He's advanced. So he does shit. Like he'll know, alright, daddy going. He gonna be mad. I'm still going. I see him do shit. He look back at me with the face like, what you gonna do? So one day I popped him. But when I popped him, I thought he was gonna cry. He just said, he got mad. But I was sad. I was like, damn, I hit him hard. Like, I know I hit him hard because I felt it on my hand. I was like, damn. But he didn't cry nothing. He just got mad at me. And I felt bad. Like, damn, I shouldn't have hit him so hard. My mom just slapped my head to the supermarket sometimes. For no reason. I ain't feel no way about it. Me, all I did was pop my son. And I said,
It
damn,
felt
I did too
different.
much, man.
You
I
think
want to
it's
hug
like
him
that?
now.
You think it's like that because y'all got boys?
Nah, I just think it like that because sometimes I don't feel you need to hit your kid. I think if you have better communication, y'all be alright. I think back then, because I analyze things a little bit different. I see why they was doing what they was doing back then. It was too much distraction. It was the crack era. There was so much shit going on back then. Everybody. No. I'm talking about back then. Crack was a party drug, so it was used more. Now it's looked at, but that's heroin. That's a whole different. Like now, back then it was looked at as kind of fun, but then aggressive. So everything that they did to the kid was aggressive. Now we more on the calm factor of things. We got a better head on. So when we do some shit, we'll feel it more. Back then they was ruthless because their parents was. Think about where their parents came from. The heroin, the legit heroin and era where they was shooting up, going to the clubs and shit like that.
Really strong parents. So y'all.
And they went through more shit than we went through.
So y'all some pussies. Y'all ain't going through nothing.
No,
I'm not gonna say we pussies, but we think different though. Everything's not physical.
What
Nah,
about you?
for me is I look at it as like how my pops raised me, and then I go to him. So my oldest son, he's more. We're the same person. That's little me. So when he gets mad, has emotions, I kind of know how to catch it because I used to feel the same way during certain things. So it's not as hard as I thought it would be. Especially my youngest son though, he a little hothead sometimes. So I be having to fight with him for sure. Like he don't be giving a fuck.
How old is he?
7. Just
They not that far in age, right? The
17, 17.
Yeah.
My son be 3.
oh, you in a teenager? I ain't there.
I'm gonna come to him.
I'm
like, sit your ass
down.
Oh, man.
You know what else I found that new adults be doing? Why they be smoking with their kids? Like you see your kids as your best
That's
friend.
cat.
That ain't gonna work in.
No, that's not cap. I know parents that do that shit. Like
I about to say, so that's not new adults.
What do you?
But I'm talking about we can see it now
What
more
do you
with more
call
of the
it
new
mean,
adults because a lot of
smoking
these
with
kids
their
is
kids?
drug dealers now.
What do you-
I'm talking about your kid come home and you be like, all right, roll that up.
Oh, whoa.
because let me explain it though because They look at it as I'd rather me and you do it than
That's
you go
a fact.
outside and do it with somebody else.
That's a
So they
fact.
see it from a different aspect. Like I understand that because like I said, I know somebody that do shit like that, and I was inquisitive about like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, you smoke? Your son 15, bro. Like, what you? He like, bro, he already out there smoking. I'd rather him smoke. I know this ain't touch. I know this is for me.
There's no spray.
He said I would rather him smoke with me. He said now if I he gonna do it regardless.
Right.
And if I shut him away from it, he gonna do it more.
Right.
So if I invite him to it, now he'll be subjective to actually this is what he really wants to do, opposed to peer pressure. Because when you outside with your friends, they doing something. Your mind not like I ain't gonna do it. Not everybody's that headstrong, especially
Right.
when you in the teenage. You want to fit in with everybody. So if I'm doing this with my pops, I might say I'm high already. I ain't gotta smoke with y'all all night. I'm cool. I don't need to do that. Or this might be something that we share together. So I might not want to do it outside. I feel comfortable, safe, and sound doing it.
That's because the house is a
That's
safe
what it's
space.
I feel like that's what we want, but in reality, that's not it.
Nah, I mean it worked for my. It worked for my
These
brother.
teenagers, they going outside, they still smoking.
Hey, it worked for me because at the end of the day, my pops, my first blunt that I had, I really hit it with my pops, and that made me not want to smoke with nobody. Yo, he's like, yo, be careful who you smoke with. It wasn't until I hit was like 16, 17, and I'm like, alright, let me roll up with y'all niggas. Cause I'm watching how y'all roll and watch what's going on. Plus, one of my mans got laced. So it was over. I wasn't smoking with nobody but my pops or my family members.
So y'all seeing that as a teaching moment? Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, not playing devil's advocate, but just looking at it from my perspective. It's an experience thing because y'all was doing it. But looking at it from like my parents and my grandparents, it's not acceptable. Like you gonna go and smoke. You gonna go and smoke. So we can try to justify it in any way that we want to justify it. But that's where you cross the boundaries, the line of parent and child. Because then it becomes the friendship. What I'm talking about is your kid who's whatever age is selling weed. Because everybody else is selling weed. Weed is attainable now. Your son coming back home with the weed and you like, roll up. That's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about the experience part of just going.
But at what age would you think that it's acceptable for you to do, say,
18.
smoke with me?
18. I don't feel like that's
I don't
acceptable
smoke, so I
right
can't
now.
say.
But what age, if you start seeing your son, that what you would be like?
Come have his first drink with me. Something like that.
14,
Yeah.
No. We
17.
gonna be 16, 17 around there. We'll be
That makes more sense.
When we have something.
All right. So
Yeah,
your
16.
sons, daughters,
Let's be
My
real.
niece.
same shit.
Same shit.
I don't see it like
I'm not gonna lie. I don't do this like my daughter can do this, or my son can do this, and my daughter can't do that. I don't live like that, so it'll probably be the same thing. And as a man, I would want to have a great relationship with my daughter because they need us.
But
your
why
daughter
you
needs
doing something like that is the determination of a great relationship.
No, I'm not saying that. But if this is something
That's
she's
what
going
you
to
said,
do,
Connor.
no.
He didn't say that.
That's what you said.
You
I would
was
want to have a great relationship, so this is a moment to bond. So that
Because
she feel
you
like she
brought
don't
the
have to
daughter-
hide nothing from you.
I would say it from this standpoint of comfortability, making your child comfortable and understanding. Like, I don't agree with you do, but because I know what you're doing it, do that shit here.
Right.
Don't go outside if that's the place that you was coming from when it comes to our.
no. I was just saying when she switched it from male to female. We was talking about male. When she switched it from male to female, I was saying daughters is different. Women are very emotional. So as a man, it's sometimes we miss a lot of shit with women. I learned that from just being in a relationship. So you miss certain shit with women. So just imagine with your daughter, you're gonna go through 10 times more shit. So as a man, you have to zone in on a way to connect to her, and it might be you're gonna miss shit regardless. We're gonna miss shit. We assholes. We don't pay attention to everything. But as your daughter, you have to zone in so you don't lose her on the way as she gets older. So y'all can have that. Alright, daddy, I got a boyfriend. Those type of conversations, because a lot of women won't feel comfortable talking to their father because they feel like he's
But
gonna
I'm also
be
not
my
gonna
man.
feel comfortable sitting down smoking with my father. And imagine as a woman or a girl, you going back to school. Yeah, me and my dad smoke. Somebody gonna see that shit
Nah, but
go
you
away.
supposed
So
to
it
know.
is different.
Your kid's supposed to know not to go.
Kids are good at I'm just being
all right
honest.
now. If my mother be like, yo, listen, I'll be like,
What?
I'll be like, girl, take two photos in my shit, bro. I just want you to just keep it. Because what you,
Because everybody gonna
but
see
it's just how
that
you
different.
raised me. You understand?
Yes.
Like, it's nothing wrong. I give you weed and all that. When you say, go,
I don't know. That's a conversation. I gotta wait till you have some teenagers to go to that. I don't know how that.
My son preached.
Yeah, like, I feel like even when I was a teenager, like, so it's not gonna be like a smoking situation, but it was a tattoo situation.
Yeah,
All my
tattoos,
friends
yeah.
was getting tattoos.
Yeah.
And the lesson that was taught was I was cut in school, and I was up there. Where's that at? On Marcus Garvey about Woodhull with a McDonald's, and right above there was the tattoo shop. And lo and behold, my mom was walking by, caught me outside. Guess what? Oh, really? All my friends chickened out. Went up there, I got my first tramp stamp. Guess what? That didn't stop me. I'm tatted up like Fabo. Like, marked up. So it did teach me at that moment, like, not right now. You get what I'm saying? But I still went and did it.
Nah, my mom told me at 18. As soon as I turned 18, like 2 weeks later, I was already got my first tattoo right here.
I ain't had no like I don't mean this is gonna sound crazy, but I really ain't have parental guidance. So I did what I wanted. I never had a curfew, nothing. I did everything I wanted to do. I didn't get my first tattoo till I was 18 because I wanted it. I always go against the grain. If all my friends are doing something, I might indulge in it, but then I find out if I really want to do it or not.
Right.
That's why I haven't smoked weed since 2004.
Yeah, because you probably realized it was like, oh, that's
It wasn't
peer
for me.
pressure because everybody else was
I started out mad young
Right.
because I chill with older people.
And we was already partying, so a lot of that
That
stuff
was
was
my
already there
focus.
from a party promoter.
And then when you getting money, you don't want to be high and messing up the money because money is coming so fast. And then even when you sold, you still miss a couple $100 because you done took the bottle money. You forgot about that. Now you back at the door. You got to get. When you in a business, your main focus is the business. So at my parties, that's not even drinking. Like, I ain't drinking. I'm good. I drink after. I just want to make sure this money's right. Everybody get paid, and then I go back to doing what I'm doing and having my fun.
Right. So now, since we kind of went into it when you had brought up basically about kind of creating a safe space for your kids, right? So school, let's be honest, y'all only parents out of a 24-hour day, y'all probably only parents maybe 6 hours out of the day because your kids go to school. Teachers are now their parents for that time frame. How did y'all feel? They're watching their caretakers at that moment. How did y'all feel about the teacher who created a safe space, because that's my point of view, who created a safe space for the girls that was in his class, helping him take his hair down at the end of the class? Because I find that parents seem to be the most construed people when it came to that. I didn't understand why it was objectified like that. Stick to the topic.
I've been real quiet about it. I understand the topic. That's why I've been quiet about it.
Stick to that.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
And then Meekz.
Objectified with that
Now, let's
teacher.
be real. I haven't said nothing on social media about it. And I'm going to play devil's advocate. First things first. There's permissionship signs. He showed that there was permissionship signs.
It was here.
He spoke
To be on his social media.
Yeah.
So they're allowed to be on his
know.
TikTok.
Some of the parents know.
Yeah.
However, since he's a black man, they literally dragged it out of proportion. I just seen a couple of other clips with white teachers doing the same shit with their hair and all this other shit. And some women was doing it as well. Now, in the comments, when you read it, they said, oh, it's only because he's handsome. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? No diddy. I'm not saying he's handsome at all. But they're sitting there trying to base off his looks of him being a handsome man to sit there and sexualize it. There's nothing sexual about that video at all. But since they sat there and made it look like it was sexual, that's the only reason why that didn't go to shop. There was nothing else wrong with it. You had guidance counselors who literally let girls play with their hair and do all this and all that. Then you have certain male gym teachers who's cool with these girl teachers, but they be the weirdos. They don't sexualize on these gym teachers. And
So,
some
boys,
be weird.
we're talking about the new adults.
Right.
That's only for now.
Right.
Y'all had that problem when y'all was in school?
Because they looked at that teacher and said, oh, he looked good, so my kids was
We ain't
looking
having
at him
fire
saying he looked good, so it's probably uncomfortable.
No.
Your mind
Y'all
should
proved
not
my
be,
exact
your mind
point.
should not be
No, I
there
ain't
as a
nobody
parent. It should
two
have
fire
been,
teachers.
has he ever made you feel uncomfortable?
That
Has he
should have
ever
been from
said
jump.
to make you feel away? Because why is it?
But these
Oh
little,
no,
you know
mom,
what
you
they do
just
too?
say, you feel me? Like,
These little girls is a little fat, not little. They're faster than.
because if I have to talk.
But
But
it's
you
not.
know,
It's not even about that.
But
you know
they
what I'm
wasn't
saying?
even in there doing that
No,
though.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying why people are sexualizing.
But no,
they know
that's bad
These
for
little
But
girls
that's
now.
why it's messed
When you
up.
turn on these little girls, 15, 16, twerking and shit like that. That wasn't the
But they
thing
get it from
about
their
the
parents. So I,
But I
No,
said
they get
stuff
from
when you
TV.
have to
they get it
judge
because their
a
parents
girl.
never watch it.
I
You
think
can't
it's-
control what they watch.
That's
That's hard.
I mean,
Yes,
Bro,
You can't
put
control.
a parent
You
lock
can't
this
control.
shit. Cool. They,
I got my
you got
cell phone right
YouTube.
now.
You
I do that.
can't control what your
It's
kids watch.
the internet is so big, bro. They can hide things
But
behind
you wanna know
certain
why I say
websites.
that? Because when we
you
grew
think
up,
your son is
hold
watching-
on, look. When we grew up watching TV, we found every which way to find what we not supposed to be watching.
But we had porn DVDs and shit.
Exactly, that's my point. That was before technology. Now
Before the
they
phone.
We
they
don't have
have it
access.
literally on the
That's what I'm
open
trying to
their
say.
phone. They
Even
can
if you
get
hide it, it's ways, yo.
you can't
One of
hide
my
all
homies
these
was showing
things.
me
It's a different era.
You could pull up a website. Let's just say we go cartoonnetwork.com, right? He could hide something on that website.
Alright, sorry y'all, we had to take a little break. Go ahead, pick back up to what you was saying. So y'all said that because he was a black teacher,
Yes.
which I feel like it became over-sexualized. If I got that
Black
right?
male teacher.
A black
Because he
male.
was cute.
I don't think it's just because he was black and male teacher. I think it's the times that we're in. I think if you rewind it back and if we was in that same situation, it wouldn't have been looked at like that because it's not so severe. Now everything is picked at. They pick at every little thing somebody do, and then they sexualize it or they make it racial. It's either or.
And that's how I feel.
Sometimes they do both.
I honestly feel like it's not I don't feel like it's because he's black. Because most of the people who were slaughtering him in the comments were black parents.
But that's
So
what they do though.
I don't see it like that. The people who did over-sexualize it was also the black people who also over-sexualized stuff. Because I've seen, when it was a woman teacher braiding a little girl's hair because I saw the video I'm talking about was a woman teacher braided a little boy's hair because he came to school and I think like his mother worked XYZ amount of hours and she did it. But it's because that boundary of what I was saying as far as smoking with your kid, because you see this person as a kid touching an adult's hair, that's where the line gets drawn. That's how it brings me back. And then they began to go, oh, it was over-sexualized, it was this, it was that. In all honesty,
Question.
I didn't feel no way about that.
Didn't they find something on him? I don't know.
I think they always gonna try to find something when it's a situation. They trying to paint what they saying as right, but I saw what it was. There was a TikTok that said there was another TikTok happening, and he was looking at one of the students. But again, the parents signed a permission slip, just like the kids who went over to R. Kelly house that their parents bought them. So again,
For what though?
that he's allowed to be on a TikTok. He's allowed to record them in the class on his platform.
There's a
So
teacher
that's
there.
what the parents need to be held accountable. That's for one.
That's my whole point.
Why are you selling permission slip for your kids to be on his TikTok if they ain't getting no type of conversation? Like it's not nothing.
Exactly.
Like why? And then like I feel like I don't know too much about it because I looked too much into it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I seen what he said was it was the last couple minutes of class. It was
And
nothing
everything
else to
was
do.
done,
And then
exactly.
it was I honestly don't see nothing. If it was just something that was genuine,
Yeah,
but
take
that's
it
why
out,
as
yeah.
a parent, the question comes: has this teacher ever made you? Do he seem funny? Do he seem weird? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So for anybody to see and just think in your mind, you thinking how he cute. He probably just told you girls probably like. It's messed up for the young girls too. For somebody to look at you and just judge you and say, "Oh, you fast," and you. That's
too.
messed up.
Yeah.
There's little girls that's really not on that.
Especially when to me it was innocent. It was.
There's another teacher that's out there.
They
There's
took
another
amongst
teacher
each other. They
named-
don't look nothing of anything.
His name is Mr. Dallas, I believe.
But
He doing the same
as far
shit.
as like with women and how they play with hair, like it's like you're a hairstylist. That's part of like a teenage girl learning how to do hair. Oh, I can.
And that's what they were saying.
Like,
That's exactly what they were saying.
You know what I say is crazy? Now what if it was a little boy sitting there with a rat tail comb taking out one of them braids then what?
It was nothing
I feel like if you,
What would
I
be the
feel
story
like,
be then?
I'm about to say something real quick. I'm about to shut this whole shit down. And I'm nothing against the community, but I bet you if he was a part of the community, they would even drag it out of proportion. Because let's be real, he's a black male teacher. Now, if he was a part of that community, because I also read that in the comments, they would have dragged it out of proportion. Come on,
First of all, you know not to go get that community because
that's exactly what I'm saying.
They hold it down.
I'm not even trying to come at
They
that.
got it.
Let's be real though.
Yeah.
If he was a part of that community, or he was, I'm not even say part of the community, more feminine, and they probably would have.
But he definitely is, because he showed up as one of the emo people. I don't honestly feel like that's the problem either.
Yes,
The whole problem is
It's the-
you could be a teacher, he could be a teacher, I could be a teacher, and you could be a teacher. there's no age gap. Mrs. or Mr. such and such is no longer 60 years old looking like they can't teach. That's the whole problem. It's not black, it's not white, it's not who's fast, it's not this.
Back then we had some ugly teachers.
You feel me? Like, well, you're not in our age bracket. That's how we fix
one
that.
Teacher for 12 years.
All 5 of my.
He went to school at a different time that we went to school. So he
No fire,
he got
boy.
nobody. Everybody
I
paid
had one
their
dean.
pennies.
I had one little dean. She was alright.
Yeah,
They got daddies, bro. They teachers.
Nah, I was a security.
One fell
for me.
off. I ain't gonna lie.
You look like you about my age.
So with these new kids and us being the new adults, I gotta be honest with y'all, right? Prom is out of hand. I'm kind of glad I'm not in school at this time. I wouldn't have been able to keep up with prom.
For sure.
My son going to
Oh
prom.
yeah. No. I know for a fact I gotta get wealthy like that because when my son goes to prom, and I'm an extra parent. I don't believe in me buying myself stuff without buying my son stuff. So
I don't got no kids, but I agree.
when my son goes to prom, I'm gonna have to get the jet, or he gonna have to pull up in the
But no, you know what that is? I would. You know what that is? I think that's a Gemini thing because I'm always stuck. We gonna go hard.
Because these new kids,
I'm
they're
getting the
pulling up
band
in
out
Rolls
front.
Royces
Fuck
and
that.
Lambos.
These new kids take Ubers to fucking school.
So my son is going to have to. They're gonna have to. Everybody gonna be pulling up. They was like, yo, where was I at? You gonna look in the sky, you gonna see a UFO pulling up.
The ladder dropping.
Not even that. I wasn't able to compete with the girls with hair.
Oh
At home,
yeah.
I'm like the wigs. They had control.
Which one is that?
My mother would
It
not
was your
allow
wigs
that.
back then, though.
Nah, they had wigs.
Nah.
My mother had them, but we
Your
wasn't
mother
living and
had
stripping them like
no,
this.
kids wasn't wearing girls. Young
That's
teenage
why I
girls,
wouldn't be able
they
to
wasn't
support
wearing
it.
this.
I wouldn't
Y'all was
be
wearing
able
box braids and flat twists,
We
shit like that.
we had the tracks with the
Yeah.
leave out, you feel me?
Nah, these little niggas not stepping right though. These niggas
I
don't
said
know how
that
to get no
earlier.
wave
I
dress shoes.
said
You don't
that
go to prom
earlier.
in no fucking sneakers.
Nah.
Come on.
I disagree with that.
That's
It's a different time.
You
You
gotta
can
wear
step in
nice
some
shit.
fire ass shoes, bro. You always need some sneakers.
Yeah, but they
In
not
certain
comfortable in
occasions.
that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I hate shoes.
I do too,
I'm a
but it's certain
sneakerhead.
occasions.
I kind of wear sneakers.
Don't get
every
twisted.
week.
I don't like wearing dress shoes at all.
When
But
did
you
you
gotta step certain
learn
occasions.
to wear dress shoes?
For certain occasions.
No, when did like
And it's different type of dress shoes.
What age did you learn to wear
See,
dress shoes?
alright, so let's be real. I'd say maybe at a very young age, maybe like at 7, 8. I was always a church.
These kids
so I
ain't
was
even
at-
touch dress shoes at all.
It's different.
They can't even tie a tie.
They didn't touch
They
dress
barely
shoes
know
at
to
all.
put the.
My
That's
Easter
the
dress used to be
They was going to church in sneakers. We had to literally put shoes on.
I wish the fuck I could.
Like, and then you gotta learn the what shoes go with what type of pants. Like, can I wear Oxfords with this? Like, they don't know. They don't know what the fuck Oxfords is.
I
But
would
they
say,
know
yeah, I know that.
Jordan 4, Jordan 1, Jordan 2, Yeezys. We wearing that with the suit.
And the Venom Queens.
It doesn't look. It doesn't. At first, I was against. I'm like, I'm not wearing no suit with no Jordans and nothing like that. But then I start seeing certain people. I'm like, you know what? Me being sneakerhead, I love that. I start looking at like, when I get married, I'm wearing Jordan shit.
Y'all just gave me an idea.
It all depends.
I think we gotta throw an adult prom. Brooklyn's Balance annual adult prom. We do that shit once a year for all of us. Show these kids how to fuck it. If somebody steal that shit, we fighting. We fighting.
So just
Edit
edit
that
that part out.
Don't even worry about it.
Clip, you gotta set up the little area where they stand and take the pictures.
Because everybody was sneakers.
You know, we gonna do the Brooklyn's Balance adult prom. Alright.
They don't have
I ain't gonna lie.
proper sneakers, that's why.
I'm a sneakerhead, so
You got to
if I go to a sneaker mall, I want to see some crazy shit.
They ain't
I
got
don't
it.
see nothing.
They ain't got it.
I be like,
Nobody don't be
I'm gonna back out. I'm gonna back out Jordan
Vintage
fifth
shit.
grade. I want to see
This, I know a nigga with some vintage shit.
like, and
I know
it's,
you can
I'm gonna back out Jordan from fourth grade. I want people to look like, oh, look, you know what I'm saying? I'm
I
seeing
still got my shit.
Yeezys
Oh, my
and
God.
Dunks
It's
and
regular.
because I think that's what the sneaker ball is for. Like, for me.
Right.
I be seeing people just going in there with the right. Don't get me wrong, white ups is cool. I don't really wear white ups. That's like my shit.
Yeah.
But I be seeing white ups. I'm like, yo, sneaker ball, go crazy for me, bro. Go crazy.
Yeah.
Go find something that's different.
Ain't got it. Ain't got it.
Everything is the same thing.
Alright, something I want to bring up. I know this is going to be touchy, and I'm ready to have this debate. I don't care what y'all say. The music differences. So the music between then and the music we got now is the same fucking shit.
What do you mean by that?
Let me finish. It's the same shit. So like, let's take Uncle Luke, let's take Little Kim, and then we take Cardi B and Sexy Red to now. It's the same music. We was just more poetic with it, even when it was like R&B songs. Be honest, they was asking for pussy more poetically.
But
these kids now is asking for it up front.
But
That's how it is.
no. But let me tell you why I would disagree. First of all, Uncle Luke was not in that era. Uncle Luke was in the 80s. We are 90s.
You ain't grown. You wasn't at the fucking parties. Go ahead, lie on
you
camera
know,
and Nary.
but you
Y'all
know how
wasn't
old.
playing Uncle Luke shit.
You know how old
I
the
so
song
pick
was?
somebody else.
No,
It's
somebody
still
Google
more
and
equal.
Google was that 94. We was just getting into
But we
kindergarten
grew up
shit.
hearing it.
Yeah, we grew up hearing it, but that's not the era of music.
She don't never let me finish. They was sitting there making that that wild ass vulgar music since the 60s. It's some old ass lady that was talking about beat my pussy with some whip, some wild old extra shit. Look,
You talking about what's her name?
I forgot the name. She
Betty Wright was singing. She was actually.
She was
Sometimes
bugging.
that was the problem though.
It's been like that from way before then. Like,
So why
way
is
back
it
then.
that not us, maybe our elders, our
This
parents
shit is whack.
are having an issue with the people like Sexy Red?
It's whack.
Because it's blatant.
Yeah,
Like
it's
back
whack.
then, it was
It's out
hidden.
there.
Like
And it was
like
lit. It
when
made
you
more
listen to
sense.
Marvin Gaye or you listen to Sam Cooke, and they're singing for the box.
Right.
They're singing though,
For it, though.
and
They're
it's
not
in love.
talking about it.
There we go.
They're not mentioning the actual
They're,
words.
and it's because they actually love that woman.
It was more
That
poetic.
is Max too. I mean, once they got it, they still was doing it.
Oh yeah, no.
It's just that
They
you
just
know
want to
that.
smooth the way to
But
do
back
it.
then there was a lot of
Out there.
subliminal messages in these songs. Like I didn't know Poison was about them catching chlamydia from shorty. You know what I'm saying? So,
Again, it was still more poetic.
Yeah.
I ain't know that.
Right now,
They could make
that song, yo, I got chlamydia from Shorty right here. That's the name of the song.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So
That's
when-
another.
yes,
You
that's
know
what it's
Poison
about.
No.
That girl.
Not even that. What was the other one where you down with OPP? Other people's property. That's you touching
But at first
other
it was other
people's.
people's pussy.
Well, that's
Then
what
they
it
changed
means.
it.
That's what it means.
Yeah, I listened to
You
episode
fucking
of
somebody
But I
else's
just
girl.
feel like nowadays it's more whack because it's blatant and some of it don't have no context. It's just y'all I'm a hoe.
But it's only
Clearly.
whack.
More
It's
sexist.
only whack
Ain't
to you.
No.
It's not whack to them, and that's the point I'm trying to prove. It's what they're
I don't say
doing.
it's
Us
whack.
being the new adults, I don't think it's whack.
It's just not for me.
There you
It's
go.
selling.
I learned
That's
to-
what it
It's
is.
selling, so they is promoting fast.
It all depends on how you do it.
Because since the beginning of the time, what sells the most? Sex. Since the beginning of the time, if
It's
you
just
want to
that
make
it's
some
just
money,
more out there.
sell sex.
Hoes are acting
Directly, you hide it, it's gonna make money.
Yeah.
It shows. Like you even see people that's not that wasn't sexual come out. Look at Janelle Monáe. I would never think that
No,
same
Chloe
brother
Bailey.
huh?
Should use Chloe. Chloe's literally Chloe.
But
Nah.
no, we watched her grow up.
That's different.
Janelle Monáe, she came out singing
very
tightrope.
reserved.
Now, fast forward 10 years, she's showing her titties, which is good. Shout out to you, which is fine. But I would never think the same. Don't get me wrong. Everybody, we human. That's the reproduction, sex. We all get horny. But I would never think I would turn on my TV or go on my phone and see Janelle Monáe, the same girl that used to make tightrope and all those type of upbeat songs on camera singing about sex. Don't get me wrong. You get older, this is a bag that you probably want to get into.
Yeah.
We watch Beyonce do it. We watch Beyonce go from being in a girl group, being solo, talk about love most of the time, to being now married, which sex is a part of marriage. So she's starting to form into a different female.
Even Chris Brown did it too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
his was a little bit overnight. Like we watched Beyonce go from.
Nah, it wasn't overnight.
What he went from young
He was nice and calm for his first 10 albums, and then the rest of it, he
Nah,
turned
he
up.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that's a fact.
he went from singing
was
yo
lying
to
in the
take
hair.
you down. Yo to take you down wasn't that
That's
far, bro.
but Take You Down is not that bad either.
He started
No,
dying.
Take
He
You
started
No,
doing
Take You
that.
That was
Down.
a glimpse though of how
But
we upped it.
I understand that. But
From
we
here.
watched it. It wasn't that many
But
hours.
that's gradually.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. We watched him gradually do it. We were comfortable with that. We didn't watch Janelle Monáe gradually go from
At all.
that. We just watched her, then she disappeared before it came back, and then we see titties.
But you know the industry get
Once again, shout out to the titties. They was nice.
Just like
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just now because they start to get more comfortable with.
That's
But
what they
that's
find
what
it
I'm
is.
saying.
Yeah, I know how to be this.
That's what
we put
I
this out
wasn't
and it
opposed to it. I was
He
set off of. If I open my Twitter right now, and I promise you, if I scroll up twice, I'm gonna see some titties. And it's not because of who it's not because I'm
You gotta follow them.
Listen, somebody, one of your friends might have shared their post, or somebody might have liked it. Even on Instagram right now, they showing titties somehow.
Mad exposure.
I never would have thought this.
But y'all don't feel like alright, put it like this. I don't mean to be one of the conspiracy theorists, but we've been over-sexualized since cartoons. Some of these cartoons been
yeah.
a lot of sex.
I be watching SpongeBob.
Back then, Disney and all that. Like, if you go back and watch half of these cartoons, they literally turned this into, I'm not gonna say
sex and violence,
but
sex and violence.
Literally, like they promoted sex through everything.
But Tom and Jerry,
everything was sexualized though. If you watch some of these, they had if you watch the Thanksgiving from Hey Arnold, the Hey Arnold Thanksgiving episode, the nigga is eating ass in a motherfucking car in the background. I'll pull up and show you right now. Then there's another fucking episode. There's a beginning of a Walt Disney movie. The statues that's holding up the gold shit. If you look close, you will see titties on one of them and no Diddy, a Johnson on another one of the statues.
But you know where the statues come from, right?
Yeah, from Greece.
Exactly. You know
they are
ancient Romans.
But you get what I'm saying though? It's been in front of us though. It's been in front of us for
But we
mad
didn't
long.
take it how
And
we taking it
Ren and Stimpy, they did some wild shit in Ren and Stimpy.
the same.
No, and the reason for that now is you can only say that now. Because when you were a child, you were innocent. You did not know exactly what was happening.
Yeah,
Once you started to experience sex, now you can go back and see through the lens of sex. But it doesn't, I can go back and watch Rugrats and never think that. You get what I'm saying? Until you now go, wait a minute, what the fuck is they doing? We had innocence there, regardless of if it was in front of our face. We just literally don't know until now. So, just to answer a question so that we can end out this. When I said, y'all can monitor what your kids are watching because you as a kid watched the same shit and you knew how to get around to all of it. Why don't y'all apply that shit to them? If you know your son gonna do that.
10 times smaller. Kids are 10 times smaller, and 10 times smaller, and 10 times smaller.
Everybody said you can't stop your kid from watching or learning certain things. You knew as a kid. When we were sneaking out the house to go see boys, we knew which way to fucking do it. Right. They doing the same methods that we fucking do it. But
they got technology.
Listen,
we didn't have that much technology.
So we got technology now. And adults use that shit. Listen, I'm about to prove this to end it out. Adults use that shit when you want to find your significant other cheating. Use that shit on your kid. But thank y'all for watching this episode of Brooklyn's Balance. We're out.